in Morocco. He's a danger for every tournament he plays in. I have him as, he's one of the very best players in the world. Greg Batten's a player that, he came through top of the group. He came through well. He's playing well. I think we talked before about belief of other players. I think that's what he needs. But we haven't really talked about the format here. The format is it's still a short race. Obviously, it's 30 minutes race to 5, but I think that helps. Some of the players that maybe are kind of, it's not a race to 7, it's not a race to 8, it's not a race to 10. And I'm not saying that Greg can't win a race to 10 against Declan Brennan, but what I'm saying is for the players that maybe are lacking a little bit of confidence and belief they can go on and win this tournament, it feels a more achievable run through the whole tournament.
Lovely double to open things up for Declan Brennan. A little bit of work to do on these. We'll have to take the red to left middle next. I think that was the plan. The two elsewhere at the top of the table connect up quite nicely from the top right corner pocket. So I think this was always plan A. Tough little shot though. That was tough.
Yeah, it was very tough.
I think it was plan A in terms of the route, but probably not where he wanted to land.
Agreed. If he gets straight in on that, he doesn't miss it, or as tough a shot as it was, and then you got top right and top left and come on down. So the route was there for all to see, but obviously early match. And we saw this yesterday, actually. Greg played in the very first group on Friday. And you could see it felt like an early morning. It felt like it was scratchy. The frames were tough. The balls were coming out unkind, and the standard ramped up as we went through the groups. And maybe we might be in for a little bit of that here. Who knows? Both players will feel like they need to hit the ground running, though. Huge opening frame. Short races to 5. Makes the frames massive early. We saw that in the races to 4 in the groups. And now that both players are at the table and we're turning into a slight tactical exchange, it's huge. Considering how rushed he was, that's not a bad effort from Declan. He hasn't quite covered everything, but he's going to ask Greg to come up with a huge shot, which I think he probably has to take on. His safety options aren't great, so he's just going to have to cue one in. That's not the end of the problems. He has to cue this one in, and he's on the one at the top, but then he's got to get on the one at the bottom. But at least he has a shot. Beautiful.
Tremendous shot from Greg Batson.
That's lovely as well. Okay, it's plumb straight's perfect. And I thought he was going to come a little bit too far. He may be half a turn past the straight, but it's enough. He can get on the 8 ball here. Yeah, it's ideal. And that shot to the top left deserved to win the frame. It's a lovely piece of cueing. I thought Declan had done a reasonable job with his safety considering how rushed he was, but he's going to get punished.
And you don't get much time to wiggle. Races to 5 are short and sharp.
They are doing them as quick as they can, but you take that time out of the match as well, and now that's back in, which is fantastic. So I expect to see a lot of matches finishing, and the clock is going to be a huge factor, but I still think we're going to see a lot of matches, players getting to the 5. Excellent opening break here for Greg. Right up and down the middle of the table.
Yellow ball's in play.
This is ideal for Greg. Great chance for 2-0. Won the tactical really in the opening, and this is going to put Declan Brennan under huge pressure. Not sure that's the best shot he's ever played. Straight in bottom left was probably what he was playing for. Problem he has now, I think he may have to go bottom right and pull back, and he's going to have to get past, well, straight or past the straight. Well, he's going to go bottom left because there's more margin, but he's going to have to work a lot harder with the cue ball. Probably has to come on and off unless the yellow goes past the 8 ball to the bottom corner. Okay, rolls it in to go into the middle. Now he's off the cushion, and the natural takes him towards the red and 8 ball. So this isn't as easy as it should have been. If he landed straight 2 shots ago, he'd already be out. He's done well to absolutely die it in so the cue ball doesn't travel too far. That was excellent.
Lovely stuff from Greg Batson. Really, really good.
Against Christophe Lambert. Those two will do battle again tomorrow night as well, both in the Champions League. Oh, he's right. Match is going very much Greg's way right now.
I'm not too sure what happened out there in the arena, but there was a phone that went off and a massive crashing noise. Then all of a sudden, in the back of the shot, I see Ronan McCarthy looking real shifty, and Declan Greg and having a bit of a giggle about it in the arena. Less than ideal preparation for that shot, but Greg knocks it in.
He's got a lovely layout though, and it's nothing untoward. It was just a bit of fun out there, and it won't put him off. So maybe at 15 seconds it might be more of an issue. He has overhit that shot a little bit. Now the yellow on the right hand side plays big. The big problem ball's the one on the left. Does he like it as a drop in the middle? Does he want to play the double? There's that yellow playing big. He wasn't worried about it. He probably knew he was going to go into it. As long as he didn't catch it full, he was going to be fine.
Just drops it in.
Yeah.
Played very consciously that because he wanted to be off the side rail.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about these last three aren't how he would have planned it out when he first came to the table. Not being able to get up the table 2 shots ago may still come back to hurt him.
It's a nice shot, and he's got a little trace of angle here just to move towards that red on the side rail.
If he plays to drop it in the centre though, where's the 8-ball going? Because it's hard to sort of force the cue ball down the table depending on the angle he's got, and the 8-ball doesn't go to either bottom pocket, I don't believe.
I think right centre would be the obvious, but yeah, you're right. You need to be.
Yeah.
You need to judge that one, otherwise you leave it really thin.
Yeah, it's a really difficult, delicate shot into that centre pocket, and it's hard to get level with the 8-ball here. So unless the camera's deceiving and it does go down the table, he's got a problem.
He feels he can go towards that yellow. You just see him line up the angle.
I think he's still playing the double here. Yeah, he is playing the double.
Foul.
Not to be, and the cue ball scratches as well. Yeah, the reason why he was lining up the yellow was because he had to play off the yellow. That was very, very tricky indeed. Declan Brennan wasting no time here because he's going to play safe first, which is the right thing to do.
Could change the match, that. And again, it was all to do with not being able to get up the table. I think his plan may well have been to get straight in on that early so he could be on a red up the table, or it was to be on the double early and again be on a red up the table. He was never planning to leave that as his last ball, and that's the problem. Well, it was a good hit and sent it towards the pocket, but tall order to make that one, and gives Declan Brennan a genuine chance to go and win the frame. 2 yellows on the top of the table though, need some attention. Not ideal this. Would love to be an extra 8 inches up the table. At least. The reason I say that, I mean, that pot was a good one, but he'd love to have doubled both yellows at the top of the table back to back. So if he goes an extra, well, probably 6 inches from where he was up the table, he can drop it in and then play the shot he's just played, but to the opposite corner on the other yellow. So he's going to have to play a good shot to go up.
Yeah, they don't really connect, do they?
No, it's sort of one big shot coming up, and it possibly his last ball.
I think it will. I think it makes sense to get rid of these 3 together.
I would have personally wouldn't have minded leaving the yellow nearest the bottom right corner, because if you land straight, then that's the better connector to the 8-ball. Of course, if you land perfectly, the 8-ball is ideal, but you wouldn't want to be playing the 8-ball from the cushion. But he's not going to get that far.
Great to see those not dropping, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was absolutely a miss from Declan, but sort of got a little bit used to seeing those sorts of pocket weight cuts dropping when perhaps they shouldn't really. But that hasn't been. It's been a bit of a theme this weekend, actually. His pockets have been playing. I wouldn't say tight, that'd be a bit disingenuous, but they've been playing a little bit more true. Oh, and Greg's going to punish him. What a double to pull out for the Pac-Man.
Big moment. Huge moment.
Oh, big frame. Difference between 2-1 and 3-0 in a race to 5 is massive. And the way it's come about will be a sore one to take for Declan Brennan. Greg Batten, 3-0 in front. Oh, he's got away with that break a bit. He knows it.
Yeah, and he's got a great chance.
Yeah, has he been given the chance? I think so.
Brilliant chance. Well, that's what Declan thought of that break. red nearest the yellow goes at the top right. Obviously,
Red ball's in play.
the one below it, slight problem, and then one on the cushion, slight problem. So a little bit more work than I first thought. I wasn't sure if the yellow passed the red, which is why I was sort of getting excited about how good that chance was, but the red blocks the yellow. Now he's going to go for the red down the table or a very delicate shot into the right centre pocket. He would like, if it was the delicate one into the middle, he would like to have been that half a turn, so he's absolutely straight, it's all in your eye line, because all he has to do is drop it in the connecting to a red up the table, wherever you put it. That's why he's taking it long, but consistently don't see the ball going off that jaw, occasionally off the other jaw, not that one. Does this need a little feather on the way through? No, he does it with the cue ball. It was going to be hard because if he feathered it off the yellow, you're probably going to miss the pot because it's going to hit the right-hand jaw. And that was an excellent shot from Declan, and that's the work done in the frame. Now it's just make sure the pots get going in the match.
Yeah, he really needs this frame. 4-0 would probably have been unassailable. At 3-1, there's hope.
Needs his frame and his break to turn up in the next. Straight's not good. He needs an angle just to come down the table unless that yellow passes to bottom right. He's got enough angle, as you can see him, he's punching across. Yeah. He needed that.
Great opportunity to be a part of a very, very special tournament. Get your entries in now at Ultimate Pool Shop. Second Brennan's break has turned upside.
It has, and he needed that too. Now it's a case of put together that finish we're talking about and get himself back within one before we get to the 15 seconds a shot. A little bit of a fiddly finish here. I think yellows have to be his option. Two right at the top of the table are the obvious problem though. Okay, I think the way he played that tells us that the left-hand one of the two yellows might pass the other one to the corner. Either that or he was trying to go into it and he got into it too much, which may have been the play as well, which means they're absolutely dead. Anyway, he hasn't landed whichever way round he was playing it. May have to pull back here. Can clip this one in if he wants to be aggressive, but I don't blame him for that. Well, the idea for Declan was to knock all his yellows on. If the red, the left-hand red goes from where he's left it for Greg, then it's a poor shot. It's a very poor shot. I'm assuming it can't do. Yeah, he's looking at other options. Oh, he's thinking big here. Left cushion into the plant, off the top cushion, off the yellow. Clear up and take the lead. Or go further in front. That's the plan here.
Makes it sound so simple.
He's going big because Declan's left him the big pocket. Oh wow!
So close, so close.
Like Declan walked away from the table thinking, okay, I've probably done okay here. Greg's gonna have to come up with something big, and then when he saw Greg lining it up, he was probably fearing the worst. So he'd probably be quite relieved to get back to the table. And even though Greg has made hard work of two of Declan's yellows with the way he played that shot. Didn't get through it. Was playing to get on that yellow into right centre, and just quit on the shot a little bit. How about that for a pot? He's going to need something else. Does this double? Oh, Declan will need it too. I think it does. He looks happy. Oh no, just a little narrow, gets the flick on the red. And that could be huge in this match. We're into the final 10 minutes, 15 seconds a shot.
It could be terminal in this match.
Yeah, that's the absolutely correct.
It should be, in reality. It's hold yourself together time here for Greg Batten for a 4-1 lead. There'll be frustration for Declan. He's had a little while to wait to play this match, and he'll feel he hasn't really turned up in it. You know, it's one thing to sort of get beaten a 5-4 and you've played well, can't really have done much more, but I think what will frustrate Declan the most, he had the chances. He has had more than ample opportunity here in this game. Maybe not to be outright leading, but certainly to have kept pace.
Yeah, and that'll be the frustration for him. He knows he's not quite played in this match. His chances have been there. Not always easy, but he's not been able to work it out. Probably going to cost him his chance. Greg's been very solid.
(4-1) incoming for Greg Batten. And the Pac-Man is on the verge of a quarter-final.
Well, if there is going to be a turnaround, that's step one, the dry break.
And a nice looking split.
Yeah, very good split.
Extension called.
Wasn't his best. Watching that back. Looked okay. Sort of seemed to bounce off the front ball a little bit. Didn't really drive the power through. Declan's got to be conscious of the clock, but not overly worried about the clock at this stage. 7 minutes is enough. 15 seconds a shot, just make the clearance. You're not going to do too much damage to the clock. But for him to get back into the match, it will need to be with clearances. And is he on the ball to bottom right? I don't think so.
Yeah, he wanted to be. He definitely wanted to be. This is a reroute.
This has got to go top left, I think.
Lovely shot. But he's digging. This again, not come out perfectly for him. He's got a chance here. Left middle, can check it up off the bottom cushion here. To be back where he wants to be. Yeah, that's okay now.
That yellow by the 8 ball doesn't have a pocket. Does it go top right? Yeah, maybe it does go top right. Not ideal to get onto it top right. He can get there, but yeah, he's short. It's one of those you want to get to straight.
Unless his plan is to go long now and maybe play it bottom right.
Not much room for that though.
That's what he's playing.
How good is that?
Bang.
Just no 15 seconds to shot, just not looking, just getting down and slamming them in. Oh, that's so good.
What a visit this is from Brennan. Have some of that. 4-2. 5 minutes and 35.
Brennan, 4 frames to 2.
Needs a ball. He's not going to get one. his chance is going to be at 4-2 for Greg Batten, not 4-3. Whatever else happens in this match, this is a huge chance to go and win it.
Extension called. Yellow balls.
Yellow at the top of the table's well guarded. I suspect the one on the left-hand side he'll look to go up the table with rather than drop in the centre, but he could drop it in the centre if you get right behind it, but not the greatest ball to get right behind it, so I suspect he's thinking up the table. I wonder if he was thinking up the table, if he could have got straighter on it, he would then track up for the one at the top. May have just a touch too much angle. Yeah, so he's coming back down. Now it's the key shot, up the table. It's even not the end of the world if he lands flat on the cushion, lands straight, but just half a turn of angle, get the cue ball out somewhere near the break line, and the match is there for him. Yeah, this is perfect. He doesn't have to do anything, just make the pot. The cue ball naturally drifts down, won't even look to get too far down the table.
Oh, Greg. Well, okay.
A major, major surprise.
The next time Greg Batten comes to the table, he'll be thinking, I could be 4-all.
He does have the next break.
Cal rephrase.
Yeah.
Next time he puts his hand on the table, could be 4-all.
Declan obviously tried to make the yellow in his first shot, but he's got the perfect angle here to break out that red. Oh, he's fouled.
Oh,
Can you
Dec.
believe it? Oh, Declan.
Time running.
Oh, what a gift for Greg. It would have been going through the mill, sat in his chair. And
If you blinked at the wrong moment there and are wondering what happened, Declan Brennan knocked the 8-ball with his hand.
oh, what a
Called it
way.
on himself straight away. Oh, that's such a sickening way to lose it.
He's left himself too straight here. He's going to have to make a shot on the 8-ball. He shouldn't. That was a slightly careless one from Greg. Yeah, I mean, it's still an 8-ball into the centre, but it's not the absolute unmissable 8-ball into the corner, and this is for the match.
For the quarterfinals, Greg Batten has done it. Well, that was a match full of incident. Declan Brennan will be gutted with how it ended. Greg Batten will be delighted with how it finished. He rolls in an 8-ball for a spot in the Players' Championship quarterfinal, and he'll play the winner of our next match.